my fucking coming out story. I'll do whatever
The mic was hot.
that guy want.
I played with the knobs a little more, and they seem pleased.
Warning on set. Hot mic. Hot mic. Mike,
what are these knobs
really
you're referring to?
I don't know, girl.
Oh, yeah, we almost crossed paths with Maddie. He was in town with a friend for the national show.
Ooh. Was it a date?
No, I think it was he said brother in the tweet.
Oh. I didn't see that one, girl. Ooh.
We dipped, though.
Bye, girl.
Yeah, we were only there for Courtney.
Oh. Cool. This is really interesting.
I'm like...
Hi.
I don't know. I'm very terrified.
Why are you terrified?
I don't know. This is like awkward right now.
We just haven't started the show yet.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to start the show.
I feel like we haven't filmed or like recorded a normal podcast in a while.
I know. I forget how it works.
Is this thing on?
Is anyone listening anymore? Oh, you're not. Oh, great.
Oh, the little lines are moving. I think we're going in the right direction.
All right. Well, I think I'm just going to start the show so we can get this over with. Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, girl.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, grrr. Well, hello, America, and thanks for coming. My name is Seth. What is yours?
Hello, it's Jamal.
Hi, it's Buddy, and I'm your friend to the end.
Oh, no.
Fuck. I did not see that coming.
Hi, I'm Buddy. Oh my gosh. You guys, welcome to Thanks for Coming, the most magically gay podcast in all of the land. We're back again this week to bring you something a little bit more close to home, something more like a typical podcast that we typically would put out.
Ooh, fun. I wonder what the topic could be.
I don't know, buddy. What do you think it's going to be?
I don't know, but don't fuck up my Wi-Fi again tonight. The Hill's coming on.
Uh-oh, girl, the Hill. These just like see Elsie like doing coke in the background of every shot.
I wish Elsie was on the show.
I'm still on the show. Hey, did y'all catch me in my episode of The Hills?
Please, Elsie is out here in your department stores.
Yeah, she actually did pretty well for herself. Now,
She's
Steven,
smart.
we got to worry about him. No one heard from him.
No, he vanished.
He's dead. Anyways. All right, you guys. Well, before we get into our episode and our podcast, I'm sure everyone knows what we're going to talk about by now, especially if they can read the title of what they clicked on.
Words mean things.
You never know. But how's your guys' week going? What's been new with you guys?
My week is going well. It's been nice and easy. Nothing really to report. It's been an overall productive week, so I'm happy with that. Yeah. How about you, Stoney?
Yeah, Stoney.
Yeah, so I guess we have something to report because we actually did something this week other than go to work.
Are you pregnant?
No.
Are you getting married again? Are you guys polygamous now?
Well, they did just legalize Mary Jane in Champaign, Illinois, so...
Oh my God, it's so close. I can almost smell the fumes.
No, so the reporting that I would like to report is that we went and saw Courtney Barnett.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Actually, it was the National was the band playing, but Courtney Barnett opened. So we saw Courtney and then left.
You're like, we did it. Let's get out of here while the getting's good.
Yeah, no shade, listeners. If you like the National, they've just been one of those bands I could never really get into, and I have the reaction if they pop up on Spotify, like I have to vote them down to make sure they don't come back up.
Yeah, I would have to say I am also not a fan of the National, but like if I'm just hanging out by like a fire and drinking, then like if one of their songs comes on, I'm not too mad about it, but I don't actively seek out listening to their music.
Fair. I guess that is like kind of the vibe. And
Yeah.
I like a chill vibe, but I don't know. I just can't connect with it.
I don't know. In college, I tried really hard to like get into the National because it was like so popular. But then I was like, this sucks after like trying for like a week.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just going to listen to Courtney Barnett.
Yeah, and she put on a show. Like, she played a lot of great songs, and she sounded just how she does on the recording, which, you know, I stand for.
Hell yeah. There's an artist that pops up on my Spotify sometimes, and it's called Barnes Courtney. And I'm like, I don't know the story behind the name, but it always makes me think of Courtney Barnett.
You're like, is this a typo?
Is this a parody account?
But Nick was with us, so he got to watch her as well, and he was on the same page. We were only there for Courtney.
Oh, word. Nick's also not a National fan, or was he just leaving because that's when the bus was going?
Same story.
He also hates them.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's not really into them. It's not for him.
Though this worked out for everybody then.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Oh, Lord. Well, that sounds like a fun time. I went to my own concert this week. So I went to the Seattle Symphony, and they were playing the music of Queen.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was so good. The singer guy was like super cheesy, but like after maybe 2 or 3 songs, you're like kind of buy into it, and you're like, well, I guess we're not gonna get like a real great singer, but you know.
Yeah, he's serving it to you, so you have to get into the gig.
Yeah, it felt like I was getting like corporate event vibes. Like I didn't necessarily feel like the passion and his connection to Queen.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Like in A Star Is Born, when Jackson has to go play at the drug convention, he's not feeling it. You know, and he just had to do a bunch of drugs.
Totes
Yeah,
understand.
it was like super fitting.
Yeah. But yeah, that was basically my week. Nothing else too exciting happened. Well, I guess something else exciting did happen last weekend. I went to go see the new Child's Play movie.
Oh yeah, we also checked out Child's Play. What did you think?
Wow, that is like such a strange coincidence. Maybe we should go into the honest tea spill of the week, and we could just like talk about the movie.
Yeah, we should just like totally scrap all of our podcasting plans and just talk about Child's Play.
What a fabulous idea.
That sounds great. Yeah, we totally had this great plan about exposing Monet Exchange, but I guess we'll just save that for another week, you guys. I love Child's Play. All right. Who wants to be our buddy? Who wants to be our buddy?
Oh God. His eyes are red. His eyes are red.
All right, you guys. Hang on and we'll be right back.
Honest tea.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Honest Tea Spill of the Week. If you haven't figured it out yet, this week we're going to be talking to you about the new Child's Play movie. Watch out, Friday the 13th. We are like the next queer horror podcast, so just watch out.
Oh my gosh, those are your words, not mine. I don't know if we could do it justice, but we'll give it our best shot, Judy's.
Yeah, maybe they'll put one out and you guys can tell us which one you like better. We love a friendly competition, girl.
You shady queen.
I'm just stirring the pot. I'm doing my best RuPaul here.
I just got my nails done. I'm keeping them clean.
Oh, word. All right, you guys. In all seriousness, we are going to talk to you about the new Child's Play movie. Where should we start? Do you want to just kind of talk about the plot of the story? Do we want to talk about the highlights and lowlights?
Well, I guess we should start with our relationship to the Child's Play franchise. Are you guys fans of the franchise at all? Have you seen all of the movies?
Me personally, I've seen all the movies. So I mean, obviously when I was a kid, I saw like I guess the original first 3, like Child's Play 1, 2, and 3.
Uh-huh.
I would say probably my favorite was Child's Play 2. I just liked when he was like the foster kid, and like I just liked that a lot better than the first one, I guess.
Yeah.
And then obviously I saw like all the like Chucky ones. So I think there was like Bride of Chucky,
Yeah.
The Curse of Chucky, because there was
The
like 2
Seed of
them.
Chucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
seed of
seed.
Chucky. Yeah.
That's when the like franchise started getting like super weird.
Yeah, they should have just stopped after a while. I definitely liked the Chucky. I'm trying to remember which one, but he was at military school.
That was Child's Play 3.
Oh my gosh. And he switched those paintballs for the bullets. I remember that being terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like the Chucky era because Jennifer Tilly was in them, and I think that she really made she really brought a new life into the Child's Play movies and with Chucky and all that. So as cheesy as some of them were, like I could kind of excuse it because of her.
And I've just always, they're just easy to watch. They're thrilling. Like I always enjoy a Chucky movie, so I was excited for the new one to come out. I did have my skepticism about the whole thing, but in the end I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would say the same. I kind of have mixed feelings about the movie, but before we, really just wrap it up, let's talk about what happened. So let's kind of just start about like the setup of the movie, which is basically in a warehouse, and they're making the Buddy dolls. And this one worker, I guess, is he daydreams too much, so he gets fired. And then they're like, you have to make this one last doll, but that's it. Then you have to leave.
Yeah, he's like low productivity, so he's just not hitting those numbers, so he's got to go. And I think he was late as well, maybe.
This is why, like, when you get fired from your job, like, HR should escort you out immediately because we don't need people out here, I don't know, creating evil Chucky dolls.
Yeah, so the guy got pissed and, like, basically removed all the restrictions from the computer chip that goes into this doll, that it's the 21st century, connects to every device that you own. So
yeah, because there's like this corporation where you can like operates the TVs, you can order cars, you can do all sorts of stuff, and I forgot what it's called, but I know that it starts with a K, so we'll just call it Klarna.
Oh, it's Caslin.
I was close. I'm still counting it as a win.
Klarna Caslin.
Yeah,
don't use Klarna, it's evil.
But how crazy, because this thing can control, it's run through an app, so it's a camera, it's a recording device, it can connect to your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, it can order cars, like a ride sharing service.
Yeah, it hangs out with Alexa and Siri.
Yeah, and I swear, with this particular Buddy doll, with those restrictions removed, it had the ability to learn and really like connect with its owner to a dangerous level.
Yeah, because it was kind of like he removed the restrictions so that it allowed the AI to basically learn and do things to help the buddy's friend or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of the what I'm gonna assume are hundreds of thousands of Buddy dolls, this uninhibited Buddy doll lands in the lap of Andy, and Andy's mom, Karen, works at the Zed Superstore, whatever it's called, and so she blackmails her boss into letting her take the Buddy doll home.
Yeah, it's basically a busted return because Buddy's not working like Buddy should be, and its eyes were red.
Yeah.
So she's keeping it and taking it home, and yeah, it was so funny how she cornered him. She's basically like, I'm taking this. I was just letting you know.
Yeah. Little did she know, her immoral actions caused this, terror to come into her home. Karen, the mother, is played by Aubrey Plaza. Many of you probably know who she is.
Parks and Rec favorite. We love April.
Yes.
So glad they casted her for this role because I thought she did really good.
It was kind of a different role for her in a way.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's fun to see her kind of stepping into different genres because, we've mentioned on the show a few times, if you're a longtime listener, Ingrid Goes West, that also stars Aubrey Plaza. We just love that movie.
Yeah. It was kind of made sort of in loose reference to Nina West, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a prophecy.
Yeah. But yeah, so Aubrey Plaza was really good as the mother. I thought it was also kind of weird that she's playing mom roles now because she doesn't look like mom age, but I guess it sort of works in this movie because Andy's like younger, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's younger, single, working mom trope.
Yeah, their apartment is like super dingy, kind of falling apart a little bit.
But she's doing her best. Like, she even brings the buddy doll home to try to cheer up Andy because he's not really making friends. He keeps to himself.
He plays on his phone a lot, like pretty much all the kids nowadays.
Yeah, just sucked into the Instagram, double tapping.
Yeah, a double tap on all the thoughts in his class. I don't know.
Same.
Becky from Bio.
Right. So Andy was played by Gabriel Bateman, and I found out during my research for this that he plays the little boy in the Annabelle movie.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah. So he's not
Damn.
new to horror.
I feel sorry for this kid. He's been in 2 like scary doll movies. He's probably going to be like terrified the rest of his life.
Yeah. Well, he's probably already a little weirdo. So I don't
Right,
know.
exactly. He's already there.
Yeah. We're there, girl. So basically Andy has no friends, and his mom gives this to him, I think, sort of to encourage him to like develop his social skills.
Yeah, she was like, he's having trouble making friends, so let's give him this like interactive toy to try to like promote it. And she presented it to him as kind of like a joke because she was like, look, we can be silly with it, just like have some fun with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know. Oh, here's this creepy ass doll. Improve your social skills. Like, okay.
Thanks, Mom. So Andy, he's kind of skeptical of Buddy at first because it's a creepy looking doll. But then eventually him and Buddy are like besties and they're inseparable. Andy, I guess when they like first start it up, they have to, get to know each other. So the doll's like, what's your name? And so he's like, Andy Sup.
Yeah, and then he records that. That reminds me of when I got my car and I set up my Bluetooth. I like said my name and then I laughed. So that's how my car says my name.
Jamal.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes.
I thought it was funny, that part, because they kept it going. So throughout the movie, he kept calling him Andy Sup.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then because like the doll's like defective, I forgot what Andy tried to name the doll, but the doll basically named himself Chucky.
Yeah, it like stuttered, like it was like a system glitch or something. And he was like, I like Chucky. Which, speaking of names, it's probably like a copyright thing. I don't know. But Chucky in the early films was called the good guy doll. And now we've got Buddy. So maybe it's an extension of it, like a franchise thing. This might be the new model and they're the buddies.
Yeah. Also, in the original movies, Chucky is a serial killer, and through voodoo his soul is transported into a doll. So that's kind of where the lore differs with the old stories in this one.
Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah, because the first one was all about like he needed to like get into Andy's body by like saying some like crazy ass spell and like knocking Andy out.
Give me the power, I beg of you.
Yeah, because then Chucky can be free from a doll and be like a human being.
Yes.
Yeah, and this was more like AI is like taking over and doesn't fucking understand that killing people is wrong.
Right, and it's like scary because it has the ability to learn. So we see that the Buddy doll can record events. So like Andy's mom is dating an asshole, and Chucky learns that the cat's a dick. We're going to try to harm the cat. This guy is a dick, and Andy, my owner, has said that he wants him gone. So it remembers shit like that, and then after something occurs, regardless of the severity, it's like, well, you said that they were a problem. You said that you didn't want them around. They're keeping us from being together.
Yeah, it's like, you're my buddy, and they're like Chucky feels like he has to protect Andy from like the cat and the guy that his mom's dating.
Yeah.
Eventually you get to see Chucky like strong arming the cat.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And he got to the boyfriend, that's for sure.
Yeah, he sure did. Also, so then through Chucky, he sort of makes friends with the neighbors that live in his building. We meet Flynn and Pug, and they sort of become his besties. And then Andy sort of is starting to be like more social and hanging out with these two kids. And Chucky gets jealous because Chucky's like, well, I'm your best friend. Like, why are you hanging out with all these other people?
Right. Yeah, again, because the doll can learn. He got all on his feelings and starting to get crazy, like level 5 Klinger crazy.
For real. And he sort of like sees Andy cutting his sandwich, so that's kind of like how Chucky learns how to like stab people, I guess.
Yep, the motions. And he's also watching clips of what they're watching, hanging out, and he's just taking all of that in.
Yeah, this is why we were scared of like little robot dolls.
Yeah, this is why Will Smith didn't want to have a robot in iRobot.
Yeah, and I'm not getting in anybody's self-driving car. That's just crazy.
Hell no, girl. She was real brave, that lady.
I know. Damn.
Doreen.
Oh, damn.
Poor Doreen. Anyways, so they're watching horror movies, and Chucky's like, oh, wow, they're really enjoying watching people get killed. So, like, I'm going to try and kill Pug. And so he grabs a knife, and he's, like, coming after Pug. And then they, like, stop him, and they're like, they're like, Chucky, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, he was getting real close, and he had the motion down. He was picking up speed. Oh,
It was not good, girl.
close call.
Pug escapes Chucky's wrath. The cat Rooney is, however, not so lucky. And once again, Mickey Rooney dies.
Yep. R.I.P. 9 lives thing, totally a myth.
Yeah.
This would have been the moment that I'm like, Chucky's gotta go.
Yeah, this would be like the key moment where I'd be like, all right, well, Chucky killed the cat, so this is clearly not safe anymore. He tried to kill my friend.
Yep. Throw him in the fire.
That was kind of the part of the movie that kind of did annoy me a little bit, was just like Andy like being like, oh, it's okay that Chucky's like a psychopath now and just like killing things.
Yeah, well, he
Like-
basically put Buddy in timeouts. Whenever he would kill, he would get like put in timeout.
Yeah, he got put in the chokey.
Which clearly like doesn't fucking work. Like, Andy, get your shit together.
Come on, Andy. Jesus, what a hot mess. But also, I don't know why the cat is named Mickey Rooney, because we're not giving any backstory. Like, Andy's not obsessed with baseball. Like, we know, like, maybe that was like his thing with his dad or something, but nobody really knows because that backstory was really not given to us.
Yeah, it was just, I took it as one of those extra little tidbits because it's like, oh, why is the cat's name that? But what can you do?
Yeah. So from this point, the movie gets super scary. Chucky starts fucking killing people left and right. The first victim, well, besides the cat, is Shane, who is the mom's boyfriend, who we find out is actually like married and has 2 kids, and he's like got like 2 families.
What a dick. And he got him good too. And this movie was like way more gory than we anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, he like basically traps Shane, and this like weed whacker like cuts his head, like his like gets his brain mushy, and
it's like
killed.
the scene in Sinister when the family dies by lawnmower.
Yeah, but then Chucky's like, I'm not done. I've got to cut off Shane's face and staple it to a watermelon.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Because then it was, oh my gosh, yep.
Because it was like the movie they saw.
Yeah, like
So
Chainsaw Massacre they were watching.
yeah,
that was like the gag of the season. Like when Andy wakes up and Shane's face is just like setting on the counter.
with its skinned face on it.
Andy was gooped.
Could you imagine, like, if you were just super high one night, or maybe, like, you're on something, and you just see this tiny person with a watermelon walking down the street?
Yeah.
Like, did anyone think about how Chucky got that shit there? I mean, I'm sure he's strong or whatever, but...
This is where Andy, like, screws everything up. Like, the moment that Chucky has ripped someone's face off and stapled it to a watermelon is the moment you call the damn police. Like,
This is not what they talked about at the Mac counter, Chucky.
you even have like a detective down like
the hall
2 doors down. Like, you didn't even go get the detective and be like, hey, my Chucky doll is like murdering people now.
First thing, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Call the authorities.
Yeah, girl. So then we kind of go over to the pervy maintenance man. So there's the maintenance man, and like we kind of like are led on. There's something off with the maintenance man.
He's just really creepy.
Yeah, he's very creepy. At first I thought that was Jack Black, but apparently it wasn't.
I did too, until a little later in the movie when we really saw like a close-up shot. It was like, oh, that's not him. But I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah. And so then we get to see this maintenance guy's lair. The Andy's finally had it with Chucky and throws him down the disposable chute.
Mm-hmm.
And the maintenance man gets him. He's like, oh, this is like gonna be my payday. I'm gonna fix up this little buddy doll and I'm gonna make some money.
Because they had ripped out like his power source or something, and this guy decides that he's going to patch him on up and put him on the internet.
Yes. So fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So
truly.
While he's operating on Chucky, he has like all these hidden cameras in like the people's actual apartments, and so one of the cameras is in the detective Mike's apartment where his mom stays.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy's like having dinner with them to try and get the watermelon head back because he accidentally like has to give it to Doreen as a present.
Yeah, they got caught trying to dispose of the faced watermelon, and they put it in wrapping paper. So to get past mom, they were like, oh, it's a present.
Right. And so in Andy's mission to get it back, Chucky sees Doreen saying like, oh, you're my new best friend. And so Chucky is pissed.
Oh, yeah, he's not having it. Anybody that has a more than slight connection with Andy is in danger.
Yes.
Like, if you breathe too heavy near Andy, Chucky's going to get you.
Chucky's like, fuck no, get away from Andy.
You're in his bubble. You're in our bubble.
Right. So then also one of the cameras, we see that he is like perving on Andy's mom. So
oh yeah, because she's basically getting ready for a bath, so she's just in a towel.
Yes. And Chucky's like, oh hell no, like that's my buddy's mom and you're not gonna be weird. So he kills the pervy maintenance guy. He's dead.
Yeah, he went out pretty brutal too. It was hard to watch.
Bad girl.
Yeah, he got a table saw to the crotch.
Ooh!
Yes.
Ah!
So then after that, well, the maintenance guy, before he died, he actually, I don't remember exactly what facilitated this, but the buddy doll is left on, I guess, Omar's front door, which I guess we're supposed to believe is one of the neighbors in the building where Andy lives.
Yeah, I thought that this was Chucky just trying to sneak his way back into Andy's life, because remember before when they attacked Chucky, he was like, why are you doing this to me? So this is Chucky, I think, kind of playing games with Andy. It's like, oh, I'm going to get in your circle.
Yeah. I thought it was funny that Omar named him Chode.
Yeah. And you notice how he started to work like an angel when he did not for Andy. So this was him just trying to get back to Andy.
Yeah, it was weird.
Because they're like, oh, Andy's the crazy one. Like, the doll's fine. Like, this guy is just nuts.
Yeah. They're like, wow, Andy's really crazy now. Like, maybe it's not even the doll that's the killer. It's like Andy. And it's like, you fucking saw Andy try and stab you. Like, calm the hell down.
Yeah, that was like,
right.
I don't know. That part really didn't make sense. Like, the way that I don't know, those friends were just like horrible friends.
Yeah.
As soon as Andy became unpopular, they're just like, fuck Andy, he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Right. Immediately.
They were like, screw Andy. He's like lame now. He probably
That's
kills people, and it's not really Chucky.
This is the spotlight on lacking of emotional intelligence.
Yeah. So next we move on to Doreen, Detective Mike's mother, and Doreen is like gonna go to like, I don't know, her bingo club, and she gets one of these Klarna cars, and
The Caslin.
whatever. And so they like self-drive, so like this car like comes to get her and like takes her to the bingo, but guess who's waiting for her at bingo? Fucking Chode, waiting there.
Chode was on one. He's like, yeah, I heard what you said, bitch. I heard
you. Yeah.
So she actually makes it to the parking lot of bingo, and then when Chucky's about to have some fun because the blue lights turn red,
and
so
his
that's
finger
when you
lights
know.
up.
Yeah, and his finger lights up like the fucking troll in Central Park.
Yeah.
But yeah, that light in the car went red, and it was like game over. And it was a self-driving car.
Yeah. And so basically he like is like making the car go crazy and do all these turns. Doreen probably shits herself, and she's old as fuck. And
she's just getting thrown around in this like small SUV.
Yeah. And then eventually she like slams into another parked car and she's dead.
Yeah, but naturally, Chode has to go in and finish the job. So he pops up, and it scared the shit out of me. Like, I knew he was coming. And it still scared me. That fucking Chucky yell. Ugh.
It's just making me laugh that we're still calling him Chode.
Yeah, let's stop calling him Chode, by the
way. Like, it's like nothing weird. It's just like...
I'm following the timeline discussion.
It's okay. Chucky, bitch.
Technically, he's still Omar's doll, so it's Chode.
I just went back to Chucky.
The listeners can't follow this.
The listeners are like, what the hell's happening?
We're telling them the story.
Yeah, girl. Actually, so we're about to get to like the final scene. So why don't we actually just take a quick break? We'll pop on Klarna and then we'll be back shortly and we'll finish this one up for you guys.
Klarna, play Beyonce.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to our podcast so far. Thanks for coming. Right now, we're probably refilling our drinks, or maybe even gluing down our lashes again. While you wait, here are some things that you should check out.
Yeah, remember everyone, you can email us, tfcpod@gmail.com, and tfcpod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, and one more thing. You're not my real dad, and you never will be. Anyways, back to the show.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Put my hands up. All right, you guys. Well, welcome back to the second half of our Chucky Child's Play Honest Tea Spill of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to go ahead and continue on. I spent our break on the popular app Klarna. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed your time. I know I did during our break.
Klarna. And then the Buddy app turned on and we saw all the murders.
Yeah, the Buddy app turned on and I saw Trixie shopping. It was weird.
Awkward.
Trixie was just on there like, Klarna, Klarna, Klarna. Klarna, Klarna, Klarna. Woo! Oh, honey, Klarna. Oh gosh. All right, you guys, so let's get into the end of this recap. So we are in the final showdown here. The Buddy 2 dolls are going to be released, and they go to the superstore because they, I guess, want to try and stop it or whatever. I forget why they go to the store.
So they're having a big release party for the unveiling of the new model. So people are super hype about it because, oh, the new Buddy's being released. It's basically like Black Friday, but just for the stall. So all the people are there, which means Andy's mom is working. And Andy knows that Buddy, Chucky, is going after everybody that's close to him because it's keeping them apart is what Chucky feels. So they've got to go to this
Oh, yeah.
event because there's going to be a gang of buddy dolls, and he's off his hinges, so who knows what he can do, and he's about to kill anybody in his way.
Yeah. And this is actually where we're introduced to the scariest part of the movie, is those little bears. Those were so scary looking.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine just a doll to begin with, and then you just cover it in fur and give it vicious teeth?
Yeah. Well, they're like, oh, the Buddy 2 dolls. You can get like a leprechaun or like a bear or a blonde Chucky doll. And I was like, legit, before anything even happens, I was like, oh my God, those bears are frightening. I hope we don't ever see one again. And then little do we know, they become pretty integral to this last scene.
Right. And Chucky's not wasting any time. So the event's about to start, and he basically knifes the mascot, the person who's dressed as the giant Buddy doll,
Yeah.
under the head of the mask, because, you know, those things are huge.
Yeah, he gets him like right in the carotid. Somehow the guy is able to like stay standing and fully functioning, even though like he would have totally bled out in like under a minute.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there, but it was super dramatic. Of course, the head came off and he sprayed all over this pretty little blonde girl.
Yeah, this girl's definitely traumatized for life.
They're like, let's take the quote unquote purest looking figure. Like, this girl's like Snow White pale. She had this gorgeous blonde hair. She's wearing pink. Like, come on, y'all. And then she's just covered like Carrie.
Yeah,
Carrie
we'll call
on
her
prom
Carrie.
night.
Yeah, girl. That was so weird.
Yeah.
She's like the only one that gets blood on her.
The only one. But then shit hits the fan, of course, and Buddy starts connecting to everybody.
Yeah, he first starts with these little drones, and they have these like really sharp blades, like that are their propellers.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's basically just flying them into the crowd of shoppers and hoping to just like take out as many people as he can.
Yeah, he's just basically having fun here. Andy is actually handcuffed to a shopping cart because Doreen's son, the cop, the detective, he thinks that Andy is behind these killings, these murders.
Clearly the only possibility.
Right, and he's going off of evidence of things that are being put together, like the events that have occurred, the face on the watermelon, because he recognized the wrapping paper, blah, blah, blah. So, Andy's stuck while all of this chaos is going on.
Yes, and one of the drones is like coming straight for him, but obviously Andy's not the killer because the mascot guy got like stabbed while he was handcuffed.
Right.
So then Detective Mike jumps out in front and pushes the drone away, but in the same time also gets his carotid artery slashed, and his last words, we think, are "Run, get out of here."
Yeah, I think that's right. But keep in mind too that his friends and air quotes,
Flynn and Pug,
they had come back because they actually saw like Doreen's death take place and saw that Chucky was controlling everything that he could connect to. So they came to Andy's rescue and they went to the department store with him.
Yeah, so then at this point, they're all basically like, all right, we got to stop Chucky. So they are all like basically about to get out of the store. But then we see Karen has got, she got. Chucky got the slip on her. And so she's being held captive like in the back of the store area. She's like tied up.
Tied up, duct tape, rope, all of it. The works.
Bloody. I think he pistol whipped her a couple times. I don't know.
Yeah, there was some smudged mascara and eyeliner
Just
there.
a little bit.
Yeah, girl. So from that point, they're like, oh gosh, we got to save like my mom. And Andy's like heroic. So he actually like the front of the store, like the doors are closing because Chucky's making them close.
Mm-hmm.
And so he like jumps in at the last moment so his friends can't come back in with him, so they will be safe and he will be in danger.
Right. He let them get out, so he's going to face this little bitch.
Yes. So he goes back there and he is sees that his mom is basically like all tied up. She has a rope tied around her neck. The rope is somehow over this forklift. Like, I don't know, Chucky's like the Carrie Strug of killer dolls.
Yeah, he picked up a lot. This reminded me of like The Fifth Element when she was just like flying through everything and just picking up all that knowledge on the fly.
Yeah, it was like that.
Chucky was just like on google.com just looking up all the shit. Learn to type first and then he could really go to town.
Yeah, girl. Then Chucky's like starts the forklift so his mom's gonna get choked, and Chucky's attacking Andy, and then his mom is like basically hanging, choking, and she's like, I guess really good at holding her breath. Like for at least like 5 to 10 minutes she can hold her breath. And
see, Stoney said something similar. He was like, oh, she's like not dead yet. And my response was, well, when people are hung, usually their necks break.
Yeah.
So
but she had a slow hang though.
She had she was going reverse, so she was being pulled up.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's really good at holding her breath. It felt longer than what it was, maybe that's it.
Yeah. The timeline was a little sketchy. Then so Andy is like trying to save his mom because we're like 10 minutes in, she's still like hanging there, so he eventually is able to cut her down while him and Chucky are like scrapping, and so she gets cut down, and then he falls and Chucky falls, and they get the drop on Chucky, and I think they just like smash him or something, and then so they think they're safe, and then they're like walking off, and then from behind you see this other buddy doll that's probably either the original or possessed by the evil Chucky. And he is like jumping at Andy, and they're about to get got until you see Chucky is shot by none other than dead Detective Mike.
He's not dead, Detective Mike.
Yay.
You know who's also good at holding his breath? Detective Mike.
He must have clogged it up with one of the dolls. Stop the bleeding.
Yeah. Maybe he shoved one of the scary bears in there to stop the bleeding.
Just cuddled a little bit.
Yeah. This part's all just a little bit forced. So then they destroy the Chucky doll, and now everything's good to go, and Detective Mike and Karen are probably about to get it on, and Andy has friends now, so everyone is happy.
Yeah, and I mean, I know he just kind of just like talked about the movie like loosely. I definitely say go check it out. I'm not usually like a movie critic. It's very easy to please me with movies. If I think something's bad, it must be really bad. But I enjoyed it. I wasn't sure if we needed another Chucky movie, but in the end, I liked what I saw, and it was a good time. It was an hour and a half, which I like.
Yeah, quick and easy, straight to the point.
Yeah. It was a good job, and I liked Aubrey Plaza a lot, of course.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie too. Like, that was kind of my impression of it. Like, I didn't think it was like, I wasn't like wowed or anything, but like going into it, it's a Child's Play movie, so you have certain expectations, right? Like, it was just a fun like horror film, if that's what you want to call it. It's kind of like a parody of a horror film, to be honest.
Yeah, the Chucky movies are definitely very campy. Typically I feel like they're a little bit darker than what we saw, but
I agree
in this current one. But I mean, it wasn't the best, it wasn't bad, it was entertaining, so it's definitely worth a watch. Maybe wait till it comes out on Netflix or something, unless you're like a super hardcore Chucky fan like we are. Then, you know, of course, go to the theater just to get the full experience. But yeah, so that was that. I thought the overall theme of the movie was basically like how we're all like into our tech like gear and stuff like that, and no one really like talks to each other anymore or makes friends with people. So I thought that was kind of what the story that was really being conveyed to us was about.
Yeah, and I'm glad that at first I was like a little unsure, but I'm kind of glad they went this direction on the reboot, because it brought something new to the movie that wasn't there with the franchise before. So I think that it is kind of an interesting take on the series and made it a little more fresh.
I thought it's important because when people get too sucked into those devices, you never know what can happen. And I mean, none of us have kids, but I mean, look at every kid you see in the grocery store or at your in-laws or wherever. They've got some kind of screen in front of them. So it makes sense that their dolls could be connected to the devices, you know?
Yeah, every time I'm around like a family member that has small children, they're always like, I'm always like, hey, like, how's it going? Like, try and talk to them. They're like, do you have an iPhone? And, and I'm just like, the hell, that's my phone, kid. Get out of here.
They're like, can I text you? She's like, no, we're talking right now.
They're like, no, I have Grindr on my phone. You can't play with it.
That is not Candy Crush.
Yeah, girl. So I feel like it was really sort of about that, and in that manner, I thought that was like a good message to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good movie. What would you give it, like, out of 7 kills?
So how many kills out of 7?
Yeah, like if you had a group of 7 people, how many would die?
Oh, okay. This is very like Cabin in the Woods. I like this.
And you can do halves too, because this is a slasher, so you can cut off body parts and people can still be alive.
I'm gonna give it a strong 5.
Okay, that's a pretty good 5 kills out of 7.
A strong 5.
What about you, Stoney?
I would say I'm somewhere near there, but just to be different, I will give it 4.5 kills.
Oh,
Okay. I would also have to give it 4.5 kills out of 7, because I feel like that's about the average out of 7 kills is a 4.5. So everyone's not dying, thank God, but 4.5 of you are fucking dead.
yeah, makes sense.
So, well, that is our honesty spill of the week, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our gay horror. If you did, feel free to go to @FryGay the 13th and let them know how good we did. Because really, in the end, we're just seeking their approval.
I'm just here, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys. We're going to actually do trade this week. So hang on and we'll be right back.
Trade.
Trade.
All right, you guys, welcome back to Trade of the Week. We are going to bring you some hot trades because we haven't done that in a few weeks, and we feel like we owe it to you. And I don't know about you, but horror movies are really like an aphrodisiac for me, so I feel like...
all hot and bothered.
Yeah, I didn't really see any trade in the movie, so I'm gonna pick people outside of the movie. But yeah, do you guys
Fair.
have trade that you want to share? Who wants to go first?
I guess I can go first this week. So my trade is a gentleman named Miguel.
Ooh.
He's based in Miami. He
Miguel.
takes a lot of selfies, but they're like pictures of him. Like some are in cool places, some the photography is cool, some the styling's cool. I don't know. It's a fun profile. He's got kind of like peacockish hair. Forgive me for that, but he's got he's got a kick-ass beard, and he's just like a classically handsome guy. So I enjoy this profile.
Oh, wow. Look at him at the Mayan ruins, girl.
I know.
Oh
Look
my
at him in his
gosh.
tank tops.
So fancy. And he has a pretty stellar beard also.
Yeah, you can tell he takes care of it.
Very
That's
nice
important,
beard.
gentlemen. Yeah.
Wow. I like that one. Sorry, I'm distracted right now. What about you, Stoney? Tell us about your trade.
So my trade this week is the mom from Child's Play, Aubrey Plaza.
Whoa. Are you
Uh-oh.
bisexual, girl?
Conversion alert. Conversion alert.
I'm not bisexual.
My Klarna app is going off.
It's red. It's
My
purple.
Klarna app is red.
I'm definitely not bisexual, but I do have a girl crush on Aubrey Plaza ever since Parks and Rec because I just love her. Like, I love everything she does. Like, I'm a huge fan of Ingrid Goes West. And plus, now that she was in Child's Play, she's always posting pictures of her with the Chucky doll. So that's cute, too.
Yeah, I just saw that. She has lots of Chucky doll pictures. Oh, wow. Detective Mike's like kind of Rasta a little bit. Okay.
She's a marketing genius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I love her.
She's really pretty too, though.
She is.
She really is.
Nice
I guess
pick.
we forgot to say that Mark Hamill played the voice of Chucky. I feel like that would be remiss if we didn't mention that. So,
Oh, yeah. He did a fabulous job because I was creeped out.
for real.
Like, I just did not trust Buddy until, like, the second he spoke. I was like, oh, no.
Oh, hell no. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up here with my trade of the week.
Yes.
And my trade is Connor Kern. And he is an English daddy. And he has 2 kids and a wife. And he's super hot, very fit,
Oh.
totally tatted up from the jawline down.
Nice.
He has cute blonde highlighted hair of sorts. Like the top part is blonde and the rest is brown.
Oh, a little ombre action.
Yeah, girl. He can be my bad ombre for sure. But he's also like really good with his kids too. I watch his stories sometimes and it's like really cute, like how much he really enjoys just like being a dad. So that's also kind of sexy in a
good.
way.
Yeah, that is. No, I totally understand that.
So I'm like waiting for them to break up so I can swoop in and get Connor.
That's adorable. When you see how people treat their kids, whether they're theirs or not, or their pets and their plants, it says a lot about a person.
It really does, girl. Like if you go into someone's apartment and they're just on their Klarna app all the time and not watering their plants, then there's like questionable things happening here.
That's right. She's looking a little droopy. I wonder what else is droopy.
That's my house.
Oh,
No, it's not.
wow. It's a real droopy in there, girl. Ooh, real droopy.
Honestly, if like I lived by myself, like the walls would just be white and there would be nothing on.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'd be a
God.
disaster in here.
Get the black light out, girl.
No way. Oh my God.
All right, you guys. Well, it's been a fun week. Thanks for coming. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our horror hookup of sorts. I don't know, the horror hotspot.
The Chucky talk.
Yeah, the child's play.
The
The
chode
child's play.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Chode. My name's Chode.
I can't wait till the sequel to The Seed of Chode.
Yeah. Oh, yes, girl. All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. We have a really special and fun plan for you. I don't want to tell you now because we want this to be a fun surprise. We don't want anyone to steal it.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're commenting and reviewing. We would love to have some more reviews. I know the Frygay people are trying to get 200 this summer, but we're trying to get just 15. So if you can really help us out, that would be fantastic.
Yes, and thank you, of course, to those of you who show us love online at TFC Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Tell a friend about us. We've been doing this for like a year and a half already. It's crazy. Can you believe that?
Yes. It's very crazy. We're having just as much fun as we were on the first day of our birth. And yeah, we're excited to bring you more content. We're trying some new stuff, and hopefully you guys are just going to come along for the ride.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Maybe.
Oh, no, we'll see them.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see them later. All right, you guys. Well, until next week. Bye.
I'll be your friend to the end.
Hell no.
I'm out. Get out of here, Chode.
Right.